Welcome to Yoga Stretch. My name is Katy. Today we're going to talk about heart opening or chest opening yoga poses. And these poses open the chest right up so we feel more receptive and free. So often today in the offices we're sitting down, we're rolling our shoulders forwards and using computers, and this tightens up our chest and it creates a position of meekness and submission. So we need to open the chest out with our chest and heart openers so we can give ourselves this air of authority and confidence. So rounding the back out causes a curvature in the spine and it creates back discomfort. So in order to counteract that, we are opening up the chest and we're going to make sure that there's nice balance between the chest and the back. So join me today, we're going to begin lying on the floor. So just bring your hands by your sides and let's check into the chest in this position. So press the elbows in the floor, lift the mid back up, draw the shoulder blades downwards and the bottom part inwards, and then flatten your back down and just bring your hands to your sides. Preferably palms facing up and your elbows a little bit closer to your sides so we can keep those shoulder blades nice and flat and the chest open. Lift the head up, tuck the chin in towards the chest like a little head nod and place the head down. So we should feel nice and long in our spine. Let's pause here for a few breaths down into the belly. Feel your belly rise with the breath in and fall with the breath out. Now let's bring our arms over our head, point the toes away, breathe in. And just tap the fingernails on the floor. You can make your arms a little wider or bend your elbows if you need to. And breathe into your chest. Try to stretch your chest out as you reach your arms. Big breath in the chest. Feel that chest stretch. And breathe out. Bring the arms back to the sides and the toes forward so we can get the muscles in our legs working. Breathe in. Let's expand the chest. Breath in. Big stretch in the chest as we open it up. And breathe out, float the hands down. And let's do that again. Breathe in, big breath into the chest. Beautiful work. And breathe out, toes forward. And let's try that another time. Breathe in. Oh, beautiful stretch in the chest and bring the arms down. Okay, one more time. We're going to breathe in. Nice big stretch. And now we're going to take the right hand and just rest the palm in the left hand. So shoulders draw downwards. And we're going to walk our feet to the end position and push through extend the left leg and push through the right foot. Squeeze your buttocks, roll to your side, stretch your back, push your hips forward. Just give the bottom of your buttocks a little squeeze. Push the hips forward and then roll onto your back again. Let's do that one more time. Press through the right foot, roll to your side, big breath into the chest and roll onto your back. Let's change sides. So now we're taking the left foot to the end position, extending the right foot. Let's breathe in, breathe out, roll to the other side. Remember, a little squeeze in the bottom part of the buttocks, hips come forward. Breathe in, roll into your back. Breathe out, go to the side. That's it, lovely. Nice firm buttocks and let's roll onto the back again. Beautiful. And we're going to bring the arms back down to the sides and walk our feet to the end position. So getting ready for a bridge pose. Arms by sides. Let's breathe into the belly and breathe out. Navel to spine, flatten your lower back to the floor. So you might need to bring your hips a little bit forward to do that and squeeze into the bottom part of the buttocks. And let's breathe out, peel the vertebrae off the floor. So nice squeeze in the buttocks. Vertebrae lifts up one at a time. Just adjust your neck, make sure it's comfortable, and you're resting quite evenly on your shoulders. This is a good position for those people who have little discomfort in the neck, so stay here. If you can join me in a neck bridge, we're going to lift ourselves up a little higher. So clasp your hands, link the fingers. If you can, press palms together. Roll up onto your shoulders, so tap them underneath your back, chin to chest. Make sure that you've got some length in the back of the neck, and then squeeze the bottom of your buttocks and lift your hips a bit higher. Try not to use the ribs, try to use the buttocks. Now we're going to breathe into the chest this time. Open the chest right up, so we want the chest to feel very open. Let's breathe into the chest. Can you feel the chest expanded? Nice firm buttocks, don't let your buttocks release. Draw your inner thighs a little bit together to increase the firmness in your buttocks. Big breaths into your chest. Can you feel the chest open? And one more time. And then release your hands. Flatten the palms down, shoulder blades flatten, and roll down one vertebrae at a time. Pull the tummy in, and then try to touch each vertebrae down, or just lengthen and flatten. Okay, let's bring the knees to the chest, give them a nice hug, and you can just bring them a little bit closer to the chest. Lift the lower spine off the floor, and that will help to lengthen it out. Now we're going to do a rod pose, so let's lift the legs up to the ceiling. Now you might have a bend in your knees. You might even want to hold the backs of your legs. So that's our option 1. And our option 2, if you want to straighten your legs, you need to draw your navel down quite firmly and push through the heels. Now with your arms, you can just leave them by your sides, but if you can manage a little chest opening, let's bring the arms over the head and just bring the arms into a little bit of a V. So the chest is wide open. Arms are in a V. Breathe into the chest. Let's help stretch the chest out. So we're really focusing on the chest today. Stretch it out. This is quite a strong stretch if you have a tight back or stretched back and tight chest. Big breath in, and then let's breathe out. Arms by sides, chin to chest. Lift your torso up. Shoulders are downwards, tummy's flat. That's it. Can you pause here? And lift up a little bit higher. How are we going? Draw the navel down, lift a bit higher. Use the front of your body to lift you up. Try not to use your neck or your shoulders, so make sure they're nice and low. Now we're going to float those legs down and come to a seated position. Lovely. Now I'm going to face forward. And just pause in this position. Just make sure you're comfortable. You're sitting up tall. And you might like to just lift up through the spine, tighten the tummy, and then just rest your hands on your thighs or just place your hands on the floor, whichever is required. All right, now we're going to lift one leg up to start off with. So you do need to sit tall. So if you're inclined to have a round back, I want you to place your hands on the mat, push the fists down, lift yourself up. So try and keep your spine lifted, and in that way you can strengthen your back muscles. So we're going to tighten our tummy. You can lean forward just a little and lift one leg up. Nice firm waist. That's it, beautiful. It doesn't have to lift very high. And then float your foot down. Let's lift the other heel up. Sit tall, have your chest open, shoulders are down, and then float that leg down. We're going to take our right ankle and cross it over the left. Let's breathe in, sit tall, use your hands if you need to. Breathe out, draw the navel in, bend forward. Take your hands and place one on top of the other under your calf. And let's bend forward, shoulders away from ears, tummy drawn in just a little. Take a few breaths into your back. Okay, now we're going to take the hands from under our calf muscles and we're going to slide them back behind us, fingernails on the floor. Now draw your shoulders away from ears as you reach your fingers away and tighten your tummy. Lift your arms up and lift them up high enough to feel your chest opening. Now you do need to slide shoulder blades down your back and tighten your tummy a little bit more Lift the arms a bit higher. Can you feel the stretch around your chest? So these are our lovely flamingo wings that help us open up the heart center, open up the chest, tighten up the back, and get some more balance between the front and the back of the body. Okay, slide your hands forwards, and we're going to bring the arms in line with the shoulders, or just a little bit lower. So your thumbs are up, let's rotate them downwards and take the right hand over the left, link the fingers, shoulders down, tummy in, lift the arms up. So if you find that you're bending forward and looking at your thighs, then I want you to draw your shoulders down and lift your chin. Now extend your arms. So you don't have to have your shoulders up, you can draw them down and still have your arms extended quite comfortably. Your arm position depends on shoulder flexibility. Some of you will be able to bring your arms back a little bit further than me, and some of you will have your hands a little bit forward, and that's okay. So let's breathe in, breathe out, bend to the side. Can we feel that strong stretch on the left side? Keep the shoulders down, tummy firm. Breathe into the side that's stretching. And let's lift up. Okay, beautiful. Now bring your hands down to shoulder height, release your fingers, and let's float those hands down. We're coming into a boat pose, so bring your feet forward. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. So the toes are on the floor, hands behind the knees. Shoulders draw down, chest lifts. Tummy in. Chest nice and wide, but you need to drop your shoulders down to get that chest opening. This is our level 1 position. And level 2. Lift your feet up. If you can manage, you're going to bring your arms forward. Now we're going to open our chest just a little bit more. So open the arms out nice and wide. Hug the shoulder blades together. Keep the chest lifted. Take 3 breaths here. And then bring your hands forward, tuck your knees in, hold the outer edges of your feet. We've got a scale pose. So we're going to lift those feet up. Pull the tummy in, chest towards thighs. Drop your chin, just nod your head, shoulders can be lifted, that's okay. We want to round the back out, stretch between the shoulder blades. Legs don't need to be straight, but you can straighten them up a little bit more to the ceiling if you want to. Breathe into the back. Now we're stretching the back out. We need to stretch our back out and we need to stretch our chest out. Then we need to tighten the chest muscles, which we are now, and we'll later on tighten up the back muscles. So we're creating strength in the front and the back of the body, but focusing on our chest today. Okay, let's float those feet down. Beautiful. I'm going to face forward again. We're going to take the right arm underneath the legs. Take the left arm, place it underneath the right arm and hold your elbows. We're going to slide the heels away, tighten the tummy. Your elbows might reach the floor and your chest might stay on your thighs. So let's work towards that, and chin to chest, forehead down towards the knees. Breathe into your back. Okay, now we're going to lift up. Let's take our right leg just above the knee. Now, if this is uncomfortable, just stay with an option 1 or level 1. And your level 2 is ankle on the knee. You can hold your foot with your hand and the knee with the other as we're going to rock the baby in the cradle. So lift the knee and the ankle. Now, this is our option 1 position for rocking the baby in the cradle. Otherwise, you can put your foot in your elbow and link your hands. Lift up nice and tall, and then we're going to move the knee and the foot from side to side. This is wonderful for hips. Loosens up the hips beautifully. going to do a seated archer. So we'll hold the foot. You can hold your toe with your index finger and middle finger, but if you don't find that very comfortable, just hold your foot. So lift up nice and tall, and with our right hand, we're going to bring the toes forward and reach that big toe. Now, if your shoulders are up near your ears and you're looking at your knee, I want you to draw your shoulders down and look towards me. Tighten your tummy. Let's take a few breaths. So you're drawing the foot as far as you can towards the back of your body. So across your body. So you need to work a little bit into the hip. So we're doing a nice stretch around the outer edge of the hip. Okay, now we're going to change our fingers. So we're going to take those two fingers and hold the big toe on the other side, or again, hold your foot if your toe doesn't like that. Now we're going to bring that knee as far back as we can to open the hip the opposite direction. Now, sitting up nice and tall, we're going to lean forward and hold the big toe. So hopefully you're not leaning over this side. I'm trying to show you what it's better not to do. Okay, and then sitting up nice and tall, shoulders down. Keep drawing that knee back. You want to get a big stretch in the hip. So let's try and sit as tall as we can and breathe. Okay, lovely. And we'll let that leg go. So we're going to keep that right leg nice and close and bring the left leg in. So sitting up on the fronts of your sit bones, so lean a little bit forward, make sure you're comfy. Now, of course, for those people who like to do lotus pose, you can put yourself in lotus or half lotus. Even easy seated position will stretch your hips a little bit more. I'm just going to take the usual position with my ankle under my shins. So we're going to breathe in, lift the arms up. So we want to keep them a little bit wide to open the chest. So shoulders are down, chest is lifted, the navel is drawn in just 10%. Let's breathe in, big breath, and breathe out. Navel draws in and rotate through the rib cage so the center of your chest lines up with your knee, with your right knee. So that's as far as we need to go. Now we're going to lean like a tree, swaying in the breeze, leaning over to the left knee. Tuck the chin in, that's it, beautiful. And we're going to pause there and breathe into the right ribs. Okay, lifting up, beautiful. Breathe in and breathe out. Twist the other way, center of chest lines up with the knee and float to the other side. Breathe into your ribs. And lifting up. Wonderful. Float your hands down and let's extend those legs forward again. So lift that chest up, shoulders down, hands down to floor, just resting lightly with your fingers. So chest is lifted. Okay, so let's lift the left leg up. Tighten the tummy, lift the leg up. That's it, pause there. I'm going to float the heel down to the floor. Changing sides, lift the leg up, tighten the tummy, and then float your leg down to the floor. Wonderful. This time the left leg goes over the right. Pull your tummy in, bend forward, and slide your hands under your calf, stacking one on top of the other. Pull the navel in, draw the head down towards the knee. Shoulders away from ears. Let's take a few breaths into our back. Now slide your hands from under your legs and float them behind you. Fingernails on the floor. Draw your shoulders towards your hips and tighten your tummy. Lift your arms up and lift them as high as it takes to get your chest open. So if you've got your shoulders near your ears, you're not going to be able to open your chest. So draw the shoulders away. Hug your shoulder blades together at the back and pull the tummy in. Then lift your arms up and you'll get that lovely stretch around the chest. float your hands forward, thumbs are up, shoulders down, sit tall, thumbs downwards. Left hand over the right, link your fingers, palms stay pressed together, and lift your arms up. Shoulders are down, chest lifted. Extend your arms if you can. That's it, beautiful. Let's breathe in, breathe out, bend to the side. That's it, hold strong through your waist and the sides of your body. So let's breathe into the side that's stretching. And then lifting up. Beautiful. Okay, let's float those hands down and uncross the legs. This time I'll face forward. And we're going to do elbow pose. So onto the toes, tummy tight, shoulders draw down, chest lifts up. We need to keep opening the chest as much as we can. Okay, so let's lift one foot up for our level 2. Lift the other foot up. And if you can, extend your arms forward. Lovely, that's our level 3 position. Stay with the other levels if they're more comfortable for you. Open your arms up. So we need to open the chest. So hug the shoulder blades together. Try to lift the chest up, tummy firm. Take 3 big breaths into the chest. And hands to the sides of the legs. Now bring your knees to chest so you can hold the outer edge of the feet quite comfortably. And then slowly start to lift your legs up. Now your back will be rounded. Keep it in that rounded position. Pull your tummy in, head goes towards your knees. Legs lift up as high as is comfortable for you without straightening them completely. Breathe into the back. Breathe between the shoulder blades and into the mid-back. That's where the big stretches are happening. Okay, and then we're floating our feet down. So heels are down and we're walking the heels forwards. Now take the left arm under your knees and then the right arm under the knees. So now the left arm is on top, hold your elbows. Start to walk your heels away, tighten your tummy, and then chin to chest, forehead down. Now this is the best stretch you can get for your legs because you've got a bend in your knees. So the back of the upper leg will get a very good stretch. Breathe into your back. Okay, let's start to lift up. So let's take the arms from under the legs. And this time we're going to bring that left foot just to our thigh for our level 1 or option 1. And your second option is here. We're going to rock the baby in the cradle again. So hold your foot with your hand and then your knee with the other hand and lift up. So you might want to place the hand under the heel to give it more support. And for those people who want to do a little bit more, foot in the elbow, link the hands. Now, it's quite a bit more challenging to sit up tall in this position, but just do your best. And let's move the knee from side to side. Stretch into those hips. Okay, lovely. Now we've got the archer. So hold the toe with your index and middle finger or just hold your foot or the heel. Draw that leg across the body as much as you can. Draw it to behind. So you're bringing it across and drawing it behind. Let's hold the big toe of the other foot. So sitting up nice and tall, shoulders down, spine grows tall. Tummy in. Draw the leg across as you're doing this. And breathe. Keep a nice soft face. Alright, we're going to change our archer over so you can hold your big toe with your index and middle finger or just hold your foot. Draw the knee behind as much as you can. You're opening up your hip. So if you swing it open and put your elbow just in front of your knee, you can hold your foot there quite comfortably and then reach forward. Sometimes the toe seems to be a very long way away, but we'll reach it. That's it, lovely. Try and sit up as tall as you can. All right, and let's release. This time we're bringing our left foot in nice and close and the right leg crosses over. Remember that you can sit in your lotus or half lotus position or your easy seated position. Let's lift the arms up, breathe in. Just keep them nice and wide like the branches of a tree. And then lift your chest up, pull your tummy in. And now we're stretching into that chest. We're going to breathe in and breathe out. Rotate your chest towards your left knee. And let's bend to the side. Float yourself down to your right knee. Stretch into the left side of the body. And let's breathe into the ribs. Now let's lift up, breathe in, let's rotate around to the other side and breathe out, bend to the side, breathing into the ribs on this side. And let's lift up. That's it, beautiful. And face forward, lower your hands down. Now from here, we're going to roll forward onto our knees. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me a little bit more easily. We've got a cat-cow pose. So our cow pose is a chest opener. So let's do that together. We'll start with a cat arch. Breathe in, draw the navel up, stretch between the shoulder blades. Big back stretch, and then cow pose. Slide shoulders towards the hips, tuck the toes under, look forward. Now, you want to widen your chest. So to widen your chest, you slide your shoulder blades downwards and hug the bottom of the shoulder blades inwards, and that opens the chest right up. Let's try the cat arch again. Breathe in, cat arch, and breathe out, cow pose. Tuck toes under, slide shoulder blades downwards, inwards at the bottom, look forward. One more time, cat arch, big stretch, and breathe out, cow pose. Now from here, we're going to walk our hands to our feet and come into a squat. If you don't wish to be in a squat, you can sit in a butterfly pose. And if you wait there a moment, we'll come back and join you and come to a standing position together. So if you're in your squat, I'm going to face forward again so you can see what I'm doing. Now, bring your hands to chest in prayer and have your elbows wide, so that will open up your chest. For some of you, you may be able to push your knees out a little wider, and that will help you to open your chest as well and create some tension in your back. From here, we're going to place our hands down on the floor and lift the hips up. So you don't have to lift them up really high, just have your hands down, just lift them up as high as they'll go. Try not to straighten your legs, and let's squat down again. That's it, beautiful. Place your hands down, lift your hips up, take a nice stretch, and come back down into a squat. I'll turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. Now from your squat, we're going to bring the hands down to the floor, lift the hips up, and then step the feet back into a down dog. Now slide shoulders to hips, pull the tummy up and bring the chest to the thighs. So we should be able to flatten our shoulder blades on our back. Try not to work your mid-back. And the way you stop doing that is bring your shoulders strongly down. That's it, tummy in. Don't worry about straightening your legs out or bringing your heels to the floor. It's okay if they don't reach. Take 3 big breaths. Okay, let's take a walk with our feet to our hands, and we're going to hold our elbows chin to chest, let the upper body hang down nice and loosely. Keep a bend in your knees. Move the weight forward into the middle of the foot to the front of the foot. And just move your elbows from side to side. Let's stretch into the sides of the back. And just lower your hands down to your feet. Let's breathe in, breathe out, tighten the tummy, slide the hands up the legs. Lift shoulders to ears, roll them back and down, open the chest. Let's take a deep breath in and out. Okay, we're going to do sun salute. So we're going to stand in our mountain pose. So bring the feet together, don't let the bones touch. Spread your toes out and feel that the weight is evenly through your feet. Make sure your insteps are lifted. And let's lift up nice and tall, lift the shoulders to ears, roll them back and down. And feel your body lengthen, so the ribs should lift up a little bit higher to increase this distance from the hips to the bottom of the ribs. The tummy should be drawn in a little bit firm around the thighs and the bottom part of the buttocks. Stretch your fingers out and reach them towards the floor. Draw the shoulder blades downwards. Tuck the chin in slightly so you can make sure the head is balanced on top of the neck and there's no discomfort in the back of the neck. Take 3 big breaths into your chest. Take a deep breath in, sun salute. Reach up to the ceiling, palms touch, and breathe out. Forward fold, tighten the tummy, forward fold, chest to thighs, and flat back. Hands on shins, toes, or on the floor. Okay, forward fold, and let's step our right foot back just a short distance, place the knee down. Take the hands on the hip. So ideally, the knee is directly under the hip, and the ankle is directly under the knee. Now you can relax your shoulders down and just look forward. Stay in this position or join me by just moving your body weight forward. So we've got the knee in front of the toes today. So the ankle and the calf, or the ankle particularly, and the shin are doing some stretching. So if you can, lower your shoulders down, reach your fingers to the floor. Now you might want to drop just a tiny bit lower. Just make sure your shoulders are down, your back is nice and flat, tummy drawn in. Then you can tuck the back toe under, lift the knee just a little. So we should be enjoying a nice big stretch in the hips. Drop your hips down, don't lift them up too high. You need to be quite low to the floor. Now lower the back knee down, flatten the foot. Let's take the hands on the knees. Now what we're going to do is slide our foot forward and come forward again. Now, do you notice that my knee is back now? My ankle is in line with the knee. So we change the position of our feet and stretching our hips a little bit differently. So shoulders are down, just reach your fingers to the floor. Pull the tummy in, lean forward if you can keep a nice flat back, and just touch the fingers down just very lightly to the floor. Breathe into the belly. Okay, we're going to place our hands down on the floor now, and the right hand stays on the floor. Lift the left up. We've got a lunge twist. So shoulder blades are downwards. Open your hand out a little bit more to stretch the chest. Big breath into the chest. And reach your fingers up to the ceiling, and let's float that hand back down to the floor. Now we're going to tuck the back toe under, lift the knee up, and we're going to lift ourselves up into a high lunge. Arms are forward, shoulders down, tummy in. Thumbs rotate downwards. Take your right hand over your left, link your fingers, lift your arms up over the head. Nice and straight. Shoulders are down. We're going to breathe in, breathe out, bend to the side. Stretching into the side of the body again. Keep the arms long. Take 3 big breaths into the ribs on the side. And then let's lift up. Lower the arms down to shoulder height. Release the fingers. Take your hands apart, place the hands on the floor. Now we're going to lower the back knee down. Flatten the top of the foot, walk the hands to knee. Lift the toes up, pull the tummy in, hands on hips, lean forward with a nice flat back. Keep the chest open. Place the hands on the floor, head to knee for our level 2. Stretch into the back of the extended leg, but keep your knee a little bit soft. Do not straighten and lock your knee. All right, let's walk our hands forward, and we're going to tuck the back toes under, front foot goes back into plank. Slide a shoulder slide to hips, tighten the tummy, keep the chest wide, tummy firm. Okay, beautiful. We're going to pause here just for a little bit. So your wrists need to be lined up with shoulders. Shoulders drawn towards the hips, tighten the tummy, little squeeze in the bottom part of the buttocks. So we're nice and strong around the hips and around the back and chest. Take 3 big breaths. This is a very good way to strengthen your upper body. Make your chest nice and strong. Breathe in, breathe out, plank the floor. Breathe in, cobra. Come to child's pose, so toes together, knees a little bit wider than hips, extend the arms. Shoulders towards the hips, tighten the tummy, stretch your fingers out. And breathe into your back. Now breathe in, lift up into your cat, and then a high cobra. Lower yourself down, breathe in, lift. Now that was our option 1, going into cat and a cobra and prone. This time, if you can, join me in a spitting cobra, where you lower your elbows down and slide forwards onto your front, then lift up into a high cobra. Okay, lovely. We're going to tuck the toes under and lift the hips up into down dog. Now step the feet just in line with the hips. Okay, and we're going to pause in our down dog just for a moment and then walk the hands towards the feet. Toe heel your feet together. And we're going to lift up, sun salute. And breathe out, hands to chest. Now from here, we're going to step our right foot forward and lean forward. Take the right hand in front of the right foot and take the left hand on the hip. We're going to do our balance, our half moon. So float your back foot up just as high as you can manage. If you can, lift it to hip height, squeeze your buttocks firmly. And now we're going to lift the left hand up to the ceiling. Turn sideways if you can. Now try to open your chest. You can gaze up at your thumb if that's comfortable to do. Now, today we're going to do a reverse half moon. So this is quite challenging, a little bit more of an intermediate pose, so you can miss this one out if you want to. Place your hand down on the floor, your left hand, lift your right hand up. And then lower your hand down and step your feet back to down dog. And we're going to crouch, look between our thumbs. You can walk your feet between your hands, or you can take a little jump forward. Forward fold, flat back, forward fold, and a nice big sun salute to lift up. And breathe out, hands to sides and back to chest. Let's take a deep breath in and out here. Sun salute. Big breath in, reach up and breathe out, forward fold. Remember to open your chest, flat back. Breathe out, forward fold. This time step the left foot back just a little bit, knee down, hands on the knee. So knee in line with hip, ankle in line with the knee. So we're going to move our body weight forwards, stretching into the ankle and into the hips. So you're going to find that in the front of the hip quite strong, Then release your fingers, just touch them lightly on the floor and just pause here. Now we're going to tuck the back toes under and lift the knee up, just not too high. So we should get an even bigger stretch in the hips. Now lower the knee down and we're going to slide the foot forward a little bit more. Then lean forward, changing the width of our hips. So this time the ankles lined up with the knees. Reach the fingers to the floor, shoulders down. Then lean forward and just touching the fingers on the floor. So we keep a nice flat back. So we don't want one of these backs. We want to have it nice and flat because we do enough rounded back activities. So we need to strengthen the chest by opening the chest up and hugging the shoulder blades together. So shoulders are nice and wide in this position. Okay, place the hands on the floor. We're going to lift our right hand up for a twist, lunge twist, and then bring the hand a little bit further back to open the chest up. Remind yourself to open your chest continually. You can gaze at your thumb or just look sideways. Big breaths into the chest that's stretching. And then float your hand back down to the floor. Tuck your back toe under, lift the knee. Let's give that knee a rest and lift the arms forward. Now your thumbs go downwards. Your left hand goes over your right hand and lift the arms above your head. Reach up. Nice long arms, shoulders are down. We're going to breathe in, breathe out, bend over to the right side. Stretch the left ribs. Breathe into the ribs. And then lifting up, we're going to lower the arms to shoulder height, release the fingers, and bring the hands down to the floor. Lower your back knee down, flatten the foot. Walk your hands back to your hips, lift your toes up. So we want to make sure the hips are nice and straight. Chest is open, shoulders down. Breathe in, breathe out, bend forward. You can place hands on the floor, head to knee. Breathe into the back. Okay, let's walk those hands forward. Tuck the back toe under, front foot back into a plank. Shoulders towards hips, tight tummy, squeeze the bottom part of the buttocks. We're only going to pause here for a moment. So let's breathe in, breathe out, plank to floor, and slide your elbows forward for Sphinx. Draw the shoulders towards the hips and just squeeze the bottom part of the shoulder blades in to open your chest wide. Your shoulders will widen. Now, tighten the tummy a little, press the pubic bone in the floor, squeeze the bottom of the buttocks, and then draw the elbows back as if you're trying to bring your chest between your arms. Breathe into the front of the body. This is a beautiful chest opener. And then lower yourself down. Slide your hands under your chest, breathe in cobra, and tuck those toes together, knees wide, child's pose, arms extended. Now from here, we're going to lift up and over again. This is our option one, cat and down to the floor, breathing cobra. Coming to child's pose, join me in a spitting cobra forwards. High cobra. And tuck your toes under, lift your hips up. And we're going to lunge our right foot forward and lower the back heel down. Lift up into warrior one. Now open the arms out nice and wide. Big wide chest. And then bring the hands down to the floor. Bring the front foot back into down dog. And this time we're going to lunge the left foot forward, lower the back heel down, lift up into warrior one. Widen the arms, widen the chest. 3 big breaths. And bring your hands back down to the floor and take your front foot back into a down dog. Let's pause here for a moment. And then we're going to take the right foot forward again, walk the hands around to the sides, feet are parallel. Walk your hands forward. We've got a wide leg down dog. So what you want is to pull the tummy up, make sure the hips are above the ankles. Now it's quite challenging to work that out, but don't put the weight in your heels, otherwise your hips are going past your ankles. So the weight should be nice and evenly through your feet. Draw your shoulders towards your hips, tighten your tummy, try to get your back nice and flat. So head in line with the arms. So we need to draw the shoulders towards hips and draw the mid-back downwards. Quite challenging. Mid-back likes to play a big role, but it shouldn't. Let's take 3 breaths here. Now walk your hands underneath your chest. Take your left hand under the center of chest and lift the right hand up. Now open your chest a little bit more. Have the weight evenly through your hand and your feet. So don't let your hips go back. Now take the arm behind the back. If you can hold your opposite thigh, do. Draw your shoulders downwards and gaze up. So this will open your chest quite strongly. Now place your hand back down on the floor where your left hand is. Take your left hand up to the ceiling. Weight evenly through your feet and hands. Open the chest with your arm reaching up and then bring it behind your back. Hold your opposite thigh. Shoulders draw downwards, twist and get that chest open. And then place your hand back down on the floor. Walk your hands around to the front foot and take the front foot back into down dog. Okay, beautiful. Let's crouch, look between the thumbs and step the right foot forward, left foot forward, forward fold. And flat back. Forward fold. Sun salute, lift up. Bring your hands down to chest, and this time we're going to step our right foot back and take the left hand down to the floor and lift our right leg up. So we've got our half moon. Now lift your hand up to the ceiling, look sideways if you can. Try and lift your leg to hip height. If it doesn't go to hip height, just a little bit lower is fine. Now we're going to do the reverse half moon, so take your right hand to the floor and lift your left hand up. You might need to readjust your foot that's on the floor. Okay, so keeping a nice strong position. It's quite challenging. And then lower your hand down, lower your foot back down into down dog. And let's crouch. Walk or jump your feet forward, forward fold, and big sun salute. Breathe out, hands to sides and back to chest in prayer. Deep breath in and out. I'm going to turn the face forward. And from here we're going to just take our right foot behind our left and take a seat. So if that's not comfortable for you, just sit down any way you can. So let's bring our feet to the front. And before I forget, we really should do a camel pose. So I'm going to come onto my knees and just face sideways. You can face forwards or sideways. And we're going to just bring our hands into fists. Make sure your knees are a hip width apart. Hands into fists, then place them just above your lower back. Draw the elbows behind, draw the shoulder blades downwards. Now I want you to tighten your tummy, squeeze your buttocks, push your hips forward. Lengthen through the spine. Try to stay out of your lower back. Just lean back. You don't have to go back too far. Just as soon as it starts going into the lower back, you've gone back a little bit too much. Now today we're just focusing on opening our chest. So you can drop your chin to chest, you can lift your chin up, or you can lower your head back, depending on your neck strength. Try not to drop your head back. Keep some control over the position. Breathe into your chest as much as you can. Open the chest right up. And then dive your hands down by your sides, coming into child's pose. Relax the shoulders. Breathe into your back. Okay, let's lift up. And this time we're going to cross our legs, or just swing your legs out to the sides. We're going down to the floor. So hands behind the knees, breathe in, lift up, breathe out. Walk the hands down the backs of the legs. And let's give those knees a nice big hug. Tighten your tummy and just rock your knees from side to side. Now we're going to extend our left leg and take the right knee with the left hand. Tuck the toes of that foot behind the left knee and bring the knee across the body. Take your right hand out to the side and turn your head to gaze at that hand. You should be able to feel a nice big stretch in your chest, your right chest. Let's breathe into that. Okay, lower your foot down. We're going to change sides. So bring your other knee to chest and extend the right leg. Toes tucked behind the knee and take the knee across the body. Left hand out to side and twist. So you need to breathe into your left chest this time, and let's stretch that one out. Okay, let's release. And just extend your legs. Now, let's make sure the shoulder blades are drawn downwards and inwards at the bottom of the shoulder blades, and just the palms up. So we want to keep that chest really open. Drop the feet outwards. Take a few breaths into the chest so we can do our last little bit of chest opening with the breath. Let your body relax. Let the muscles release. Now you can stay in this lovely relaxing position for as long as you like. You can turn off the video and then rejoin me when you're ready to end. Otherwise, stay with me to finish now. Start to move your fingers and toes and walk your feet to the end position. Then roll to your side, resting your head on your arm. Just take a few easy breaths here. And lift up into a seated position. Resting hands on knees and just lift your chest up. Shoulders soften down, navel is firm, chin slightly dropped to chest. Lower your hands towards the floor and lift the arms up above the head in prayer, and breathe out, hands to chest and thumbs to heart center. Let's take 3 deep breaths to energize the body. So breathe into the belly, ribs, shoulders and back, and breathe out. Breathe into the belly, ribs, shoulders and back, and breathe out. Take one more deep breath in and out at your own pace. And have a peaceful heart and a peaceful mind and a wonderful day. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. And if you like the video, press like and make a comment. Please subscribe to my channel and get further updates. Join me again.